On this piece of property in a remote part of Montana, people may at this very minute be analyzing voting data from the state of Arizona as part of the so-called Arizona audit run by the Cyber Ninjas, a company whose CEO had previously espoused Trump-style election conspiracy theories. What does Montana have to do with all this? Ken Bennett is a spokesman for the audit.
Everything that Cyber Ninjas is doing, they're either doing with their own expertise or the expertise of the people that they're hired.
And a contractor it hired is called Cypher LLC. Bennett says Cypher was permitted to take copies of Arizona voting system data on a truck and have it driven to Montana, where it's being, quote, forensically evaluated in what he described as a secure, powerful laboratory. But nobody is publicly saying what that actually means. And Bennett tells us he doesn't know where the so-called lab is. It is apparently a secret. So as you might expect, we're left wondering where in the state of Montana are the copies of this voting data being analyzed? Where is the secure, powerful lab? Here's what we found out. Cypher is a company that's based in Virginia, according to its website. But Cypher was spun off and is a sister company of a company called SciTech. And SciTech, according to its website, is based in Montana. Here we are right now, south of the city of Big Fork. More interestingly, SciTech and Cypher are run by the same exact person. And that person, we're told, is the man who drove in a truck the copies of the voting information from Arizona to Montana. So this property where SciTech, according to the website, is located also happens to be, according to records, where the CEO lives, his residence. So could the information be here? We could tell you as we walk up here, the first thing you see on this big piece of land is a sign. Private property, trespassing for any purpose is strictly forbidden, violators will be prosecuted. So we can't cross this area. We can show you, though, from this area what looks like a cabin on this property. Is this the secure, powerful laboratory? Is Arizona voting data inside that cabin? We just don't know, but it could be.
And the defense.
The boss who drove the truck to Montana, according to the audit spokesman, is Ben Cotton, who testified in a special meeting at the Arizona Capitol last month.
I personally have over 25 years of computer forensics and incident response experience.
We reached out to Cotton to ask him about what kind of analysis is taking place, and is his lab on his property. He did not respond. So we did some further investigating from the air, and we see that in addition to the building that looks like a cabin, there is on the right a large house in the clearing, and on the left what looks like a barn, and perhaps some trailers, but no people. A real estate website shows what appears to be that large house, and it all sits on 155 acres of land. So there is plenty of space here for a lab, and plenty of privacy for the boss.
You can't make this.
Arizona's Democratic Secretary of State says she's very concerned about what's going on nearly 1,300 miles north of Phoenix.
If it wasn't happening right in front of our eyes, we wouldn't believe it was happening.
Is there a deadline for finishing this Montana analysis? According to the Arizona audit spokesman, no deadline. When it's done, it's done. So normally, Anderson, when election recounts and audits take place, outside observers are invited. Republican observers, Democratic observers, independent observers, members of the news media. But here in Montana, there's no indication whatsoever of any outside observers. It all seems rather stealthy. Anderson.